Moin! Welcome back to the channel, everyone. It's Mace, coming to you from Western Canada, and for the second episode of Hot Topics in Germany. Let's see what's going on. Top post right here, 3 hours ago. So it's hot, fresh. Yeah. Amazon. Ordered an iPhone 15. Got a pack of coffee. Don't you hate when that happens? Had the weirdest experience earlier today. I ordered an iPhone 15 Pro from Amazon last week. After some unexplained delays, the phone was scheduled to be delivered today. Not to miss the delivery, I decided to work from home today and took my meetings from my balcony overlooking the street. Wow, that's a very close watch on that delivery, which is fair enough. I've had phones delivered through the mail before, through my phone company, and it's always worked out. Like, my current phone has been great. Honestly, I don't really care what type of phone I have. I have Apple, just because for convenience sake, and I'm too lazy to switch everything over to an Android, and I don't really care about all the apps and all of that stuff. I find that my iPhone works great. All I honestly really care about with a phone is battery. I just want the battery to last. Like, if I need to go out in the day and I'm not gonna have access to charging, I need it to be able to last like that day into the next day, and understand that I'm not somebody who uses my phone constantly. So I just want my phone to be able to last, to be able to make text messages and communicate with my friends and family if I need to. I don't want to be, downtown somewhere that I don't know, and, it's getting late and my phone's at 3% after I had it 100% like 6 hours ago. So yeah, this guy, he's watching on the balcony while doing his meetings, which is awesome. Imagine my surprise when the delivery guy drove into my street and did not stop at my door. I had to run downstairs and speak to him as he was leaving the street. He asked for my name and PIN for the delivery and then handed me my package. Went back upstairs, then I found what is in the picture attached as my phone, quote unquote, the package of coffee. Amazon already had a warning that stolen phones can be blocked via the IMEI number, so ultimately this could be as useless a gadget for the thief as can be. So, so a thief took it then? How did they realize the phone was inside? Or are they just searching random Amazon packages? Because there's so many Amazon packages. You drive around here in Canada and you just look at doorsteps and it's like Amazon package sitting there, Amazon package sitting there, and they just leave them, right? They just leave them on the doorstep. I think they send you a picture sometimes of as if that helps, as if that notification style is somehow makes it so the package isn't going to disappear. Like, here's the proof. I guess that is proof that they delivered it. That being said, they still get stolen a lot. What do they call them? Porch pirates? I think porch pirates. I like when you'll see those videos sometimes of people that booby trap the packages, and then these scumbags that try to steal them. They get paint all over them, or a big horn goes off, or I don't know. Sometimes the police catch them in the act, which is really funny. Already communicated with support and was told my money will be refunded in some days. Has anyone ever experienced this? What's everybody's experiences. Nice free coffee. That's the spirit. Nice. Free upgrade. Caffeine. Speaking of caffeine, I got this cup from a friend of mine. I don't really freaking love cats. I don't mind cats. They're pretty cool. I like cats. But the cup says, I just freaking love cats, okay? I had this at work a while back, and I was shocked at how many people would comment on it. Like, you really like cats. You must really like cats, eh? I'm like, yeah, I like cats. I like dogs, cats, animals in general. But I got it as a gift. Thanks. Yeah. I was in the same situation. Reported this to Amazon. Got my money back in less than 30 days. That's quite a long time to wait. If it was how much does this iPhone cost? Hundreds of dollars, right? $600 or something? 700, 800? Who knows? Did you keep the coffee? This guy got an ashtray. Well, that's useless, especially if you don't smoke, and not that many people smoke anymore. At least people that I know. There isn't that many people smoking. Maybe when they get drunk, they're one of those people that have a dart when they're a little bit liquored up. How to feed myself with 50 euros a month. Mr. Noodles, instant noodles, porridge, oatmeal. So yeah, what does this guy need for 50 euros? Oatmeal, like Mr. Noodles. You need really cheap stuff. Like, I don't know. Let's see what the advices are here. Hi. Well, you guys have any tips on having enough food and nutrition for 50 euros for 30 days? I mean, I could go with potatoes only, and I can narrow that to less than 50 euros. But I'm not sure if that would be healthy, though. I just need advice for the next 30 days, hopefully. Velen dank im voorreis. I don't know what that means. Edit. I will reply all later, and I will write a summary later in case it might be useful for others in similar situations. First of all, thanks for all the replies. I think this is enough to get me going. However, I made a summary here in case some people got in similar situations. Summary. General advice. Eat cheap and healthy. Pay attention to advices on how to eat cheap and healthy. Examples from Reddit. Eat cheap and healthy. Okay. Price per kilogram. Boiling 100 grams of potatoes will result in about 90 to 100 grams of potatoes. Nutritions. Okay. Yeah. Okay. What are the foods you're buying? Here we go. Somebody from the USA. Beans and rice. Check prices at Asian or Turkish shops to compare with other supermarkets. Dried beans, not canned beans. Then use the rest of your money to buy veggies on sale. Smart. Thanks for the advice. Got it noted. Maybe I can switch the rice with potato if it has less euros per kilogram. If you calculate price per kilo, don't forget rice's dried potatoes are not. You get way more out of 100 grams of rice than 100 grams of potatoes. Yeah, so that's another good one. Rice. And if we're talking about a balanced diet, 50 euros is not much. You're going to have to buy some veggies each week. I would suggest spinach or you can't just eat potatoes. You need to get nutrition. So yeah, this is a tough one, man. That's not very much money. No wonder people are having a tough time these days. So many people struggling with bills. I didn't really read in that comment why they want to spend so little. Maybe they don't have money. I shouldn't pry. Here we go. Got scolded by a waiter because I left without tipping. I'm Italian, and while we don't always tip, we do when the service is exceptional. Recently, 2 friends and I went to a Bavarian restaurant in Berlin. The experience was less than ideal from the start. The waiter seated us at a dirty table and then made a mistake on my bill by forgetting to include the beer. Despite this, he still asked for a tip. I declined, explaining that I wasn't satisfied with the service. He then tried to lecture me on how the system works, implying that if I couldn't afford to tip, I should stay home. When it was time for my friends to pay, he asked them for a tip as well. But since they don't speak English, I told them again, no tip. We packed up and left, heading towards the city center. But soon after, the waiter came running after us. He had forgotten to add the beer to their bill too. This is interesting. Yeah, tipping is a weird situation. I don't know what the sentiment is towards tipping in Europe and Germany. There's a lot of tipping hate here in Canada. I know just of late, you'll see it a lot on social media, people really roasting and making fun of the tipping system here. Not so much when it comes to servers, actual servers. But the funny thing here is they're putting tipping on everything now. You'll go to the liquor store and buy a pack of beer. You put it on the counter. The cashier checks it. Right? They scan it, and then they turn the thing to you. You pay, but before you pay, there's tip percentage. For what? You're just standing there. You didn't do anything. Same with other businesses that don't actually give any service. There's no service. They're not carrying anything to you. They're not wiping your table. They're not, asking how your meal was. They're not filling up water glasses. They're not doing anything that could be constituted as a service, yet they're still asking for tips. A lot of this is because the businesses aren't paying these people correctly, and the businesses therefore put these tipping options on there because they're, I don't know. It's crazy. This is kind of a funny story. Let's just see the comments on this one. That was an asshole trying to scam tourists. Well, original poster said they were in a Bavarian restaurant in Berlin, so not that much of a surprise. The only place I would expect to be insulted even more in the German-speaking world is Vienna. Yeah, but not because of the tip. They'd tear you down just because, and then give you the advice to jump in the mud and make a wave. Oh, you guys, let me know. I love to hear your comments about these different stories that are going on. What would you do if people shout "Ausländer raus" at you? I don't know what that means. A friend of mine who lives in Essen gets a lot of racist remarks in Germany. He's a student and he gets shouted at "Ausländer raus" a couple of times. What should I advise him to protect himself? It really breaks my heart for him because he's a nice person that came with good intentions to Germany, loves the country and the culture, but I think now he is suffering from psychological issues because of this. That's harsh, man. I don't know what that means, but I'm going to search it up right now. Hopefully, I assume it's something bad. Oh no, what does it mean? Foreigners out. Yeah, it's definitely the connotation around it could definitely be racist or just really unfriendly. Yeah, I don't know. Let's look what the comments are. If you like being healthy and not beaten, ignore them. In my experience, Saxony and Sachsen-Anhalt, they usually answer with verbal and physical violence if you say something against them. Stop doing this because I didn't want to get threatened regularly. I would probably tend toward this kind of response as well. Like I don't like confrontation, so I'll hear it and it's gonna perturb me. It's going to make me say, oh man, these people are probably assholes. But I'm probably just gonna keep on walking, take the high road, man. What can you do? What about calling the cops? I'm not sure you can call the cops. It's kind of like they didn't really do anything illegal, right? Usually won't help. No one will care about something minor like this. And technically, it's not even illegal. So what would the police do? Some parts of Germany are just racist shitholes right now. Pardon my language. Well, pardon their language, I should say. See current election in East Germany, for example, Saxony. So yeah, this looks like some xenophobia type of thing, and a lot of mixed sentiments could come into that one. How to remove caulking scale from bathroom floor that has not been cleaned for several years and become hard layer. But yeah, I don't know. This is a interesting one. What are the vinegar? Yeah, vinegar and hot water or baking soda plus boiling water and a good broom. Citric acid is more effective on chalk and less harmful to metals. Like maybe some Vim, the Vim product that I don't know if it's got bleach in it or what it has in it, but you usually put Vim on, let it soak for a while, and then you would brush it, right? Get a hard brush. Baking soda. I'm just thinking, I don't know why I'm bringing in my baking soda and vinegar thing. The baking soda and vinegar you can use for a clogged drain. I've used that a few times. It seems to work pretty well, actually. To go or not to go to a work colleague's funeral. Yeah, funerals are interesting. I'm thinking to myself right now, do you get invited to funerals? You get invited to weddings, right? And you have to RSVP, but is it the same with a funeral, or is it usually the funeral is the event time and stuff is sent out and you can go, maybe it says all those that can attend we'd appreciate it or something? Is that usually how it works? There isn't any specific invites? Here's the comment by TopSummer6034. Hey, a coworker passed away last week after being away from work for several months due to illness. I'd seen him a couple of times before, but never spoke to him. Just hello and goodbye. Our company has left it up to us to decide whether or not to attend the funeral. I would go because, in my culture, this wouldn't be considered inappropriate, and my presence would be a way of paying tribute to the deceased. However, I'm facing a dilemma here, because in Germany, I'm facing a dilemma here in Germany because the culture here is more quote-unquote reserved. I really don't know what to do. All right. Nobody will hold it against you if you don't go. Or nobody will hold it against you if you go. So if you feel you should go, just do it. I've sadly been to too much funerals for my taste this summer, and if you feel like going, go. You can stay back if you don't want to intrude too much, but it will definitely be appreciated. Yeah, this is a tough one, man. I would be probably not going. Like, if I didn't know this person enough. The OP says they met them. They didn't even meet them. Just seen them a couple times before. Never spoke to them. Just hello and goodbye. So, for me personally, if I've never even spoke to somebody, they don't know my name. Like, do these people even know each other's names? He says they just said hello and goodbye. So, like, walking past somebody, like, hi. Or they're walking, leaving the building. Have a good day. See ya. But you don't know them at all? I'm inclined to not go. But that's just me. East Germans. What could West Germans have done better? So I'm not familiar with the latest election results and what's exactly happening. I know that there's definitely going to probably be somewhat of a right-wing rebound. Usually politics usually go like that, right? Kind of like, it's like a pendulum. It like swings back and forth. And I know there's a lot of anti-immigration sentiment with the right wing, but also European politics is a lot different than our politics. Our, left of center people, like, considered, if you want to put it simply, like, left of center here in Canada are probably considered farther right in like German politics, is my guess. In light of the latest election results in Thuringia and Saxony, reminding us of general discontent in East Germany around life and politics since reunification, I wanted to explore this time in history. I'm interested in hearing from East Germans. In your experience, what should West Germans, politicians or private citizens, have done differently since reunification to avoid this widespread discontent? Well, I'm kind of out of my depth here. We'll go through this comment here. I will comment on this as a frequent visitor from the Czech Republic who remembers the freedom wave in the late 1980s as a kid. When the Berlin Wall fell, the GDR was somewhat richer and more developed than Czechoslovakia and visibly richer than Poland. Back then, combined with West German money, everyone expected the new Landa to integrate back into Germany easily. Nevertheless, the way in which structural reforms were carried out collapsed the base of the East German society. Too many old factories were just bought out and closed, etc., without even trying to improve them. As a result, there was a massive internal emigration wave of young, talented people from the former GTR into West Germany, as it was easier for everyone to just move and start collecting a nice salary in a developed economy, and then try starting a new business back home. You cannot really offset such a loss of talented people by money, but that is precisely what the West tried to do. The result? If you go to East Germany, all the roads are nice and fixed, all the buildings have been repaired, but the country feels dull. Dead. There are exceptions, of course, like Dresden or the small Slavic community around Bautzen, but I am always shocked just how little activity, including small business activity, happens in East German towns and villages over a weekend. Everyone just seems to be sitting at home doing nothing. Or perhaps half the homes are empty? Not even a pub is open. Maybe it is too bureaucratically complicated to open a pub, or maybe there just aren't any customers, or maybe everyone who had it in them to open a pub left to go west. On the other side of the border in Poland, you immediately notice just how much livelier the population is, even though they obviously weren't as rich. It is slowly converging now. People do stuff, frequent shops, build or repair houses. The crossing from Görlitz to Zorgzelik is like crossing a river dividing the world of the dead from the world of the living. So this is really interesting, kind of the outcomes, not just reunification, and the differences between East and West Germany, and kind of the lingering effects of everything, right? It's like a huge spider web, and all of the different outcomes. Interesting. You guys let me know. Little bugs invading every ceiling of my apartment. That's certainly not good. Does anyone know what they are and if I can get rid of them on my own without alerting the landlord? They are small light bugs that accumulate in ceiling corners and are reproducing exponentially. Yeah. I don't like. I do not like. Are they coming from outside? Or do you have tons of fruit and open garbage bins sitting around where they built civilizations? We don't have nets on windows, and they are always open, so definitely coming from the outside. No open garbage here. Oh yeah, well, definitely keep your lights out during evening and night. Or actually close windows if it doesn't get better. Nets are pretty good too. You can get them on rolls by the meter in your local Baumarkt and just cut them to size. Yeah. Get yourself one of those electric rackets and enjoy some quality fireworks. That's funny you say that because it's been the only way we've been fighting back. But while we kill a bunch in one day, the next there are 200 more. Yeah, bug situations suck, man. These don't look like fruit flies. Fruit flies, yeah, they're going to be flying around. And I've had a fruit fly thing that happened at work at one point. And it was incredibly annoying. And they're incredibly hard to get rid of. All you can really do is get rid of all the food. Get rid of the attractant, the thing that they're attracted to. You have to remove everything and then just start killing them. I don't think there's really any like fruit fly traps. I've had to deal with fleas once. That was really, really terrible. One of the worst things I've ever had to do. Not like fleas on myself, but on a pet. It was terrible. Absolutely terrible. The pet was going insane. I didn't know what was going on. So the cool thing is now, like if that ever happens again, I'll see the warning signs much earlier. And I'll recognize what's going on and I'll be able to put a stop to it. But yeah, that was absolutely terrible, the flea situation. 30 trash trucks catch fire in Germany per day. No disposable vapes in the trash, please. Vapes, yeah, I don't. Oh, people are using a lot of vapes. Smoking vapes, right? I know a lot of people that use vapes. I don't really understand it or what the. I don't understand why people like to smoke things in general. It seems like just an impulsive thing to do. I don't know what you really get out of it. Any smokers out there, let me know. I know there's a nicotine head rush that you get from nicotine and cigarettes. But yeah, I don't know. Airport parking. Oh no. All right. So those are the hot topics. Let's see some top topics. The got scolded ones there. It's basically all the ones we just saw. I know that insect. I see these insects here. That's I don't really know. It's like a moth. What is it? No, not a moth. It's. I don't know the name of it. They're harmless. Crane fly. Shnaka? Totally harmless and zero scary or weird. Yeah, that's what I said. I said the same thing. Totally harmless. Yeah, I don't mind them. They're fine. I think they like light, right? They're attracted to light, especially at nighttime. Some sort of mosquito, but unable to harm you. They don't sting like the smaller, annoying prick family mosquitoes you usually encounter. The smaller, annoying prick family. So it's a friend, not a foe. They can damage your walls or the ceiling, especially if you want to hit them with a. I don't think you want to go hunting them with a hammer. That's not going to be an effective manner of disposal. That's not going to be an effective manner of taking down your enemy crane fly. On the other hand, they're vegetarians. They might be interested in your salad, but they'll leave your schnitzel alone. Cool. All right, let's end it on that note. I enjoyed this one. Cool. Everybody, have a wonderful afternoon, wonderful morning, wonderful day. Stay hydrated, drink lots of water, drink lots of coffee, and enjoy those people around you. If you don't have any sunshine where you are, I suggest you make some. We can all do that, right? Tschüss.